So picture this. I'm in my 30s. I'm an avid CrossFitter. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I have two little kids, one who's 2 or 3 and the other who's would have been 6. And my heart started flip-flopping in my chest, palpitating like motherfucking crazy. Fish on the bank of a pond, like flopping, trying to get back into the water. I thought I was going to die. There's a history of heart disease in my family. I'm starting to get panicked. I go to the doctor. They give me a halter monitor. Heart halter monitor. They monitor my heart. I did this so many times, I've lost track of how many it was. And every single time, it came back with nothing. Absolutely nothing. But I was sure I was going to die. I had 2 little kids, and it was hormones. Because you can start perimenopause in your 30s, and your hormones can cause heart palpitations, heart flip-flopping in your chest. I was not even told perimenopause was a thing. Nobody told me I was too young for it because nobody told me it was a thing. Now, at 47, I know about perimenopause. I just started learning about it a few years ago. The gap between 30 and 47 is why I'm here. Because I've got a younger sister. I have a mom who's 17 years older than me. I have 2 daughters. I know a lot of women. And most of us aren't talking about this. Most people aren't talking about this. Or if they are, it's more hush hush and quiet because for some fucking reason, we have decided to put shame all over aging and perimenopause and menopause, etc. in women. I'm done talking about hot flashes. We've got to talk about all the other things, like heart palpitations. So, if somebody had told me then what I'm about to tell you now, everything would have been different. So, I'm on here talking about 82 symptoms, 6 books, 6 authors, all about the 82 different things that we as women have collectively said and have landed in books that are symptoms that we are experiencing as we are moving into midlife, middle age, perimenopause, that can start in our 30s. We are living proof that perimenopause can start in our 30s. So today we're going to go over cardiovascular symptoms, the categories where the stakes feel the highest and the misdiagnosed rate is through the roof, and also most dangerous. So estrogen receptors are all throughout our cardiovascular system, right? Did you know that? It's not just a reproductive hormone. Did you know that? Because I sure didn't till a couple years ago. Nobody's talking about that. One of the roles with estrogen is regulating the electrical nodes that keep the heart beating in a steady rhythm. Kind of cool, huh? But also like, really? In perimenopause, estrogen doesn't just decline in a straight, even line. No, why? Why would it? No. It's like a motherfucking roller coaster, right? Fluctuating on the hour, probably even within the hour, multiple times. There's no controlling it. And unfortunately, because there weren't very many studies done on women because we were considered men with boobs until very recently, the data doesn't exist out there. And some of the research studies that were done on perimenopausal women were on women who were actually already into postmenopause. So, not a lot of good data out there. Estrogen regulates the electrical nodes that keep our heart beating at a steady rate. In perimenopause, estrogen is crazy. No straight line. It's a fluctuating bitch, and it surges and it crashes, and the fluctuations disrupt your cardiac rhythm regulation. Crazy. Result: palpitations, racing heart, skipping heart, fluttering heart, feeling like you missed a heartbeat. Often, hold on to your panties for this one, worse at night. It's great, right? The time we have all the time to overthink. And it's often correlated with hot flash episodes because both are vasomotor responses coming from the same hormonal disruption. Who knew? Critical distinction is, though, that palpitations in perimenopause are not the same thing as arrhythmia or a cardiac disease. And while they can feel identical on the inside at times, this is why misdiagnosis rate is high and why women end up misdiagnosed. Also, the lack of education on perimenopause, with most practitioners getting between 1 and 4 hours, which you'll know if you've watched any of my previous videos, and can instill perimenopause rage in me very fast. Always get everything with your heart checked out to be safe, right? Be safe. Don't risk it. Rule out cardiac events first and then bring in the hormone conversation. So, the bigger picture here, heart disease is the number one killer of women still. Most women think it's cancer. It's not. The American Heart Association declared that menopause, transition, and independent cardiovascular risk in 2020. That is a significant shift in how heart disease in women is understood and still not being communicated at the clinical level. What changes in perimenopause? Your LDL rises, your HDL falls, your blood pressure regulation can shift, insulin sensitivity changes, and arterial plaque markers increase. All of this is estrogen mediated. I get tongue-tied a lot in perimenopause. I swear it's got to be related. So the cardiovascular effects that women have during their reproductive years start to erode as estrogen declines. The window hypothesis here. Bear with me. Timing matters in the HRT research. There's not a shit ton, but there's some research. And timing matters. Estrogen therapy that is started closer to menopause onset shows cardiovascular protective effects in multiple studies. This is not medical advice. This is information you need to have so that you can have an informed conversation with your primary care provider, your nurse practitioner, and your favorite women. You went years without a doctor who would listen to you. You went years without a doctor who is educated on perimenopause or menopause. And this is what the cost looks like in real terms. Document, document, document. If there's one thing you can do is write it all down, speak into your fucking chat GPT, put it wherever. Write it down in a notebook. I don't care. Put it in a notepad. Write down what happens, when it happens, how long it's going on, cycle timing, if you're still having a cycle, sleep, stress, hot flashes. There is no such thing as too much information here. Get a cardiac, here we go. Get a cardiac workup so that you have that to cross-reference. Ruling out things like arrhythmia, go get your thyroid checked, anemia. All of these can cause palpitations too, and all of them are worth knowing about. And if you go into your doctor or your primary care provider, here, hold my hand, okay? I'm giving you permission. If you walk in and you mention any of this and they dismiss you, make fun of you, ignore you, judge you, bear with me, bitch, walk the fuck out. There's a doctor, there's a primary care provider who is going to listen to you. You might just have to do some research and you might have to break up with them, but this is a good breakup. So, biohacker angle, because I consider myself a wee bit of a biohacker. Magnesium glycinate, not the calm, stir it in your cup stuff. Magnesium glycinate. Didn't know there was a difference. There's a lot of different kinds of magnesium. Go do your research. Sleep quality, write it down. Set up. I know we are probably sick and tired of hearing this, but set up your room to be your own little cave. Black out curtains, make it cooler, open your window, get your own bedroom, don't sleep with your partner. I don't know. All those things have helped me drastically. I will never sleep in the same bed as somebody consistently ever again. Alcohol. Choosing how much you consume can absolutely have an effect on all of this. Caffeine, my favorite, my best friend. I've switched to only caffeine from tea. I had to cut out coffee. My body hated coffee. Oh my God, did my body hate coffee. And stress. Stress, 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 stress. I am not here to educate you on stress. I'm here to sympathize with you because fuck, man, if there isn't enough stress to go around, are there things we can do? Yes. Do you know what they are? Probably. I'll just tell you what I do. Tapping, TikTok, lots of great resources on there. If you want one, send me a message. Meditation, EFT tapping, therapy, going for a walk in nature. And I'm not kidding, but hug a fucking tree, man. Hug a tree. They grew out of the ground for you. Hug a tree. I love you. I cannot wait to move back to the West Coast where I can go hug a redwood. I need to hug a redwood. All right. These can all help you level out what's going on. They can assuage what's going on in your brain and help you step back from what's going on sometimes and look at the bigger picture. Just know your body is not malfunctioning. It's responding to a hormonal environment, events that changed. And I don't know about you, but I wasn't given a map or a book or hardly any conversation about it. So at 30, I was scared. I felt alone. I felt crazy. I felt dismissed. I felt judged. I had no information. Now I do. And I want to give it to you because you deserve to know what is going on and you deserve to have the support. So next episode, I always want to call these my favorites, but brain fog, word retrieval. Probably should put tongue tied in there too. I'm going to go look that one up. The cognitive symptoms that make women feel like they are disappearing. Fuck no, we're not. We're not. But it can make you feel that way. Ask questions. Yeah. Did you ever have palpitations? Did you go to the doctor? Were you sent home with no help, no options, maybe a halter monitor, and got nowhere? Drop it in the comments. Tell me your story. I want to know. If you haven't done something to love yourself today, please go do that. And if you don't know what that looks like, reach out. Send me a lifeline. That is what I'm here for. All my love. Until next time.